Hi everyone, welcome back to Afro in Action. I'm Augustine. Thank you for the support for the last topic that we did. Who would you blame in a cheating fiasco? I was happy to have Amanda, Steve, and Mohammed on the talk show. And today, the topic for today is how long do you want to be in a relationship before expecting a proposal? I have a couple of guests on the show, and my panel today is all men, so stay tuned. I'm pretty sure they have good, interesting opinions on this topic. So today, my guest on the show with Afro in Action is Mohammed. Welcome back. I'm happy you always come, and hey, and London, welcome to Afro in Action. I'm happy to have you. And Ian and Mike, thank you for coming. And the topic for today, we're going to talk about a relationship again. And my question is that how long are you going to date your significant other before proposing? And I have some facts. Like, well, most people says it depends on it will go on cultures or many other reasons they're going to decide before proposing. What is it going to be to you? How long are you going to date your girlfriend before you propose to her? So I will go ahead and start with Mike and tell us what you did.
It's an interesting question. Right now I'm not dating anybody, but I just know that when I was younger, if I was asked that question, I probably would have given a lot longer time frame.
Okay.
I'm 40 years old, and if I were to meet somebody tomorrow, it would probably be a lot less time involved than it would have been when I was 20 years old. I would probably say, about a year or so. But that's open to circumstances and how well, you get to know the person quickly.
Okay.
And but I wouldn't say super long as I'm older now. But if I was younger, I would push that out further.
Okay. So, and Ian, what would you say to that?
It's funny that you mentioned your age and how you would have done things differently. For me, I'm probably working opposite because I've been married. And I proposed after probably a year and a half of dating, and just felt like, I knew this person. But in hindsight, I'd probably take longer time. At this point, I'd say, whenever I'm good and ready, it could be 3 years, whatever. But I think, proposal doesn't mean you have to get married right away.
True.
So I think if I have a sense of the person, I can put a ring on that finger early. But as far as actually going ahead and being married, I'd say let's slow down and just kind of take more time with that. I just put 3 years out there.
3 years? Okay. Linda?
For me, it's different because there's a lot that needs to be figured out if you're going to take that next step as far as marriage.
Okay.
And as far as the whole engagement process, I feel like once that starts, there is potential to be married. So it shouldn't be started if it's going to be longer drawn out. So I think maybe for me, it's probably about anywhere from a minimum of 2 years, 2 to 3 years of dating before you even decide to propose, and then from that point on,
Okay.
you know,
So you want to date for 3 years, and
Minimum.
then minimum, and
Yeah.
then start thinking about proposing.
yeah, because
So-
it's a lot that you have to figure out.
So how long is your thinking period?
The 2 to 3 years.
So technically, it might take you 5 years to propose.
Yeah.
Okay. Mohammed?
First, I want to say something maybe I'm from a different country, that there's different culture things about the marriage and stuff. So mostly the point of being engaged is this there isn't this big of a dating period in relationships where I come from. People actually propose and they get engaged, and then they get to know each other really well, and then they can decide to be married. It's somehow different than here. But I think it you cannot say just a number. Sometimes you'll be with somebody and you feel oh my God, I like this person. I want to spend as much time as I can with them, and then you just propose. Sometimes you feel no, there's a lot that I want to figure out, as you were saying, and it's take more time. But something that I have learned through the years, if you think that there's still a lot to figure out, mostly you're not gonna do it. I feel if you have a person that things are going and running smoothly, I'm not saying that don't give it its time, give it its time, but if every time you think about the topic you postpone it, you just throw it away, I think that's either like you're not really into this person, or like you have like some commitment issues. So like, like, but so I can't give a number, but like at least you have to give it like a year. Like I can't think anything less than a year, because you know, you will not know a person until except like a lot of things that's going to happen, and then you can decide if you want to stay.
So a year is pretty much the minimum for you.
Yeah, but like I want to put also a maximum. Like like if you are going in a relationship for like 3 years and you think that this is, or like 4 or like whatever, and it's not, every time you think about what's the next step, there is no next step, then you're wasting your time and wasting other
Okay.
person's time. So.
So a year in a relationship before the proposal can come in, and that's also your maximum. I actually like that. So, like, it means that when at least it means that you want to go somewhere with the person, and if there's no way of going anywhere, you just want to end it right away. But sometimes it takes more than a year to know if you want to be with someone.
I know, like I'm setting a year as a minimum, but what I'm saying is, if every time, if this topic is not in your mind, or not thinking about it, or it's always postponed, then this will never happen.
Then you're
And
probably not dating a female.
no, see, this is another point. I think like the whole proposal thing should all like, it should be like an agreement, definitely, but I think the guy should be thinking about that and driving that somehow, because like females most of the time are confused. They have a lot of guys around them.
Oh my god, okay.
I'm sorry. But like I think that's why in all different cultures, like the guy will say, hey, you know what, we should do that if he feels that, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
And she can agree or disagree, but like, sure. But I believe that the proposal, that there is a reason why the proposal always comes from the guy.
Okay. So, well, I did the same. I did a survey on social media, and I asked a lot of people, what would you, how long is it going to take you to be in a relationship before expecting a proposal? Most females, the majority of the females said 2 years. 2 years is the maximum that she's willing to wait. But there's one person who gave the kind of answer that I would personally give. I am not going to get married or get engaged if I'm not stable myself. I'm one of those people that I want to make sure that I'm good. I can take care of myself. I don't have to wait on him to do something for me. And then I will be like, okay, let's do something. In case we don't go anywhere, I know I still got myself to back me up. That's where I stand. And some females, they said that, well, she said, well, I'm in school. I want to graduate, and I am not thinking about getting married. I do not want him to propose. We've been together for 2 years. It's true that 2 years is my limit, but because I want to finish with my education first, I do not need a proposal at the moment. And she's going to finish school in 2 years, so technically for her it's going to be 4 years before expecting a proposal. So, and also, people said culture is going to depend on the proposal. I agree, because well, we all come from different cultures. Like Muhammad mentioned, he's from Egypt, I'm from Cameroon. It's like different type of culture. Even in Cameroon itself, we have so many different cultures that the way you go about things is completely different from what the next city is going to do it. But for me, I'm just like a regular person. I'm a female and I'm male. How long would I want to be in a relationship with a guy before expecting a proposal? 2 years or 3 years. Because I don't know if I'm ready. I have to be ready. Yeah, what we talked about, since we talked about marriage proposal, my other question was like, would you let a female propose to you? Is it okay for a female to propose? So, any one of you guys can start. So.
I'll start. I would think it'd be awkward, but
Okay.
I also think that it would depend on the circumstance, you know, and how like comfortable the relationship was in knowing the other person. You know, some guys might not have a problem with it. I probably would find it a little weird, but but I think some guys would probably be okay with it.
So would you say yes if she asks you?
Well, it depends on the person. And, you know, and also if it was on like the fifth date, then probably no. Like, you know, if it's a year or so and it's like, you know, maybe, you know, she might have just beat me to the punch or whatever, but if it's
Okay.
after a while, then maybe not, but.
So yeah, what would you
Yeah, I'll agree. I have no problem with it. You know, I believe in expression. If you feel a certain way, you feel strongly about it, you know, go ahead. You know, just speak your heart. No need in waiting for anybody or, you know, feeling like you have to hold back. If you have that comfort, feel free to express yourself. And like you said, if it's the right person, I mean, hopefully you know what you're doing, stepping up to me and proposing to me in the first place. But,
Okay, so let's not go on the right person. If a female proposed to you, would you say yes?
If I feel the same way, I would say yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you don't feel like it's taking something away from you?
Not at all. Not
Okay.
at all.
So you're pretty much comfortable with where you are.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Well, it depends on the situation. It depends on where you are at that moment, because it could be like, if I'm not on the same level, then of course I'd say no. But it just depends. Like if I feel like we're at that point to where I feel comfortable enough, then it wouldn't be an issue with, you know, saying. I mean, it wouldn't be an issue with me saying no at all, because I would feel like I'm comfortable enough to accept it. However, it can't be any way to, like, you know, I'm still figuring things out, and if we are like mid-stage, then I'd say no, only because I don't feel like I'd be there yet.
Okay, so you will say no because you're not ready, you're not there
Yeah,
yet.
I would say no because I'm not ready, not because of the
Yeah.
proposal.
So, but if you were ready and she proposed to you, you would say yes.
Yeah, but I mean that wouldn't take anything away from it. For me, it wouldn't.
Okay. What would you?
I know, like I feel like if you as the guy reach the point that you're ready, you'll be proposing anyways. But like I think that the gesture that she already decided to propose is that she's not seeing you ready and she's trying to like do the things in a different way. So I don't know, like I don't know if I'm in this position what I'll do, because I think if I am already ready, if I'm already there, I'll just go and propose. Like I will not wait for her to do that. Maybe because it's like a very not typical situation. I can't figure out what happened. But like I don't see if a girl proposed to a guy and they were really in love and he said yes. This is not taking anything from him. Like I don't think that's like still a weird situation, but I don't think it's something that will crack where each person is or crack their positions.
So, if she proposed to you, would you say yes?
I don't know. I can't imagine that. I feel what I said. If she proposed to me, I think then I'm not ready.
Even if you're ready?
If I was ready, I would have proposed.
I think
This
so.
is-
I agree with that. I
This
agree
is
with
what
that.
I'm saying. If I'm already ready, I'll just go and say, hey, this is what all the cultures agrees on, and hey, let's get married.
I mean, it's culture-wise, but the majority of the guys would never let a woman propose to them because they feel like it takes away their masculinity. Like, I'm the man, I'm the one who's supposed to do this. Most men have that in them, that there's a lot of things that they have to do, and you can't take it away from him. And I agree with them. I am not going to propose to you. No way.
Yeah.
I think
No, I am so not that desperate. I will require you to propose to me, but I am not going to be like, oh, would you marry me with my knees on the floor? That is not. It's been a very interesting show, and the panel being all guys, so it was very interesting to hear your opinion. It was surprising to hear that they will all say yes to a female, if a female proposed to them, if they're ready, of course. They want to be ready still. So I think only Mohammed was a little hesitant on the issue, but everybody else seemed to be comfortable with a female proposing. It's no issue. And thank you again for coming, Mohammed, London, Ian, and Mike. I was very happy to have you guys on the show. It's been another episode with Afro in Action, and the topic being, would you let a female propose to you, and also how long do you want to date somebody before expecting a proposal? it's been fun. And Augustine here presenting to you by Afro Action. Bye.